See what it says. 714. If we wear something cow related, we get a free meal.
3 Colorado icons, Red Rocks, Coors Light, and Blue Moon, are coming together this summer. To celebrate America's 250th anniversary, Blue Moon is giving you the chance to win concert tickets to Red Rocks Amphitheater. Tap the banner now for your chance to take home a pair of the 250 available tickets. Cheers to the red, light, and blue. 2026 Blue Moon Brewing Company. Celebrate responsibly.
There's a little hole in my big head. I like to watch the white floor turn red. I like to look at myself from the outside. No signs of life, so step aside. There's a little pity in the big eyes. I think it makes them breathe till I'm so nice. They only hear about their future fate. Enjoy yourself, it's not too late.
Ghetto lighting. Now people can see my face.
There's a great pain in my tired heart. This is
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Test.
Test.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2.
But he was right. But why was he right? Trading's actually pretty easy and not complicated at all. However, some people on YouTube will try to convince you of the opposite. First of all, you should know a couple of things to understand the market correctly. First, trading is basically a legal casino where you put money on a green or red square. A casino, particularly in roulette, has a certain probability bias in its favor. Your probability of winning at roulette is 47.3%. The 2 green 0 squares, while the casino has 52.7% in its favor, because those 0 squares work for them as well. So the casino has a 5.4% advantage over any player, and after 1,000 or 1,000,000 plays, they'll make a lot of money because of that. In a casino, your win probability is fixed, but in trading, we can tilt this win probability in our favor, up to 90% or in some cases. And all of that because of the market components we need to analyze. The market is always moving according to a certain algorithm, written by Wall Street programmers, aka market makers. These market makers, these algorithms, control 80% of all liquid money in the market. And it's not a number pulled out of thin air. There's extensive research on this from CNBC, The Economist, and others. So, if we know the market is being moved by robots, what should we do with that information? We can either follow them or predict what they'll do with a certain probability. Our first component is trend. As you might have guessed, there are a lot of studies and a lot of research on this, which you can Google on your own. Trading with the trend is the most successful way of trading. A trend with high probability continues. This is the law of the crowd. If we take a look at a whole century of S&P 500 history, we'll notice one thing. It usually grows. Let's take a look at this chart. Here we can see how the S&P 500 behaved from 1942 up to 2024. What first catches your eye is the trend. Obviously, it was mostly bullish, with more than 68 years of bull runs and just 15 years of bear runs. The average bull market lasts 4.3 years with an overall overall 149.2% yield. The average bear market lasted just 11.1 months, with an average yield of minus 31.7%. If we want to make money, we should always follow the trend. And as history shows, the trend will continue bullish with more than 80% probability. Now that we've found our first component, let's discuss what kind of trader do we want to be? A day trader, a swing trader, or a long-term investor? If we take a look at research from CNBC, becoming a day trader is worse than playing in a casino. 98% of day traders lose their money. It's like choosing a negative mathematical expectation and expecting to make money. We obviously don't want that. Becoming a long-term investor might look like a better choice at first, but then we run into another problem. During black swan events like the 2020 COVID crisis or the 2008 banking crisis, we could see minus 50% in our overall portfolio without any stop loss. That's too much stress to handle, in my opinion. So we have one last option, becoming a swing trader. And compared to the other two options, we have massive advantages. First, we can capture an unlimited amount of profit in percentage, because a trend could last from a couple of months to several years, or even 10 plus years. We just need to find the perfect entry point. Second, we can build solid strategies. For example, if we want to enter the 200 EMA daily on the S&P 500, we can place a stop loss in case of a black swan, a sudden unstoppable market crash like in 2020 or 2008, with a 1 to 1.5 ATR buffer. If the weekly candle closes below 1.5 ATR of the 200 EMA daily, we close our entire position on the S&P 500. We don't lose much, and we'll find a much better entry point on higher time frames, like weekly or obviously, swing trading is the way to go if you want to be a successful trader with a high win rate. Yep, you might have to wait for the perfect entry point for a month, but believe me, it's definitely worth it. In the next video, I'll tell you about the next important components that you need to analyze to become a profitable stock trader. Join the Market Mind community to stay tuned.